Oh, Steve Rogers and Tony Stark. That's classic.
Post-1 Avenger Steve is having trouble controlling his alpha instinct around a certain genius who hosts them in his tower. The alpha brain is stupid. Steve knew it. God, he knows he'd heard Bucky whine about it enough when he was young, but he never understood it. He was a beta before the serum. One person was causing his brain to scream at all times, and it's Tony Stark.
Well, you want to give that one a chance?
It's only one chapter. It's only 1,000 words, and it's 1,000 hits.
Yeah.
Okay. The stupid alpha brain makes a cap go burr by Epic Laser Shark. Who wants to voice Steve? Who wants to voice Tony? I'll be Tony.
I'll be Cap.
God, Tony, if there's anyone that makes the stupid alpha brain act up to the point where Steve can no longer think rationally, it's Tony. It doesn't even help that he's always putting himself in the line of fire. It makes his brain go crazy. The near compulsive want to wrap him in blankets and then tuck him in their nest where no one would ever hurt him again. And Steve and he could cuddle forever and maybe have a baby or two. When Tony gets hurt on a mission, he goes to the med bay to yell at him for being so reckless. He can't hold his hand and ask if he's okay. And he needs to see himself that the Omega... He needs to see for himself that the Omega is as safe as his even... Sees as his even if... never will be is okay. What?
What would you do if when you okay so he said yes would go?
That the Omega sees as his even if never will be is okay.
But his alpha brain doesn't. Okay.
See logic.
How many times are we gonna mention his alpha brain? That's crazy. He and Tony are on good terms. Friends and teammates. They're just not as close as Steve would like them to be. And that's not Tony's fault. Steve just can't force him to have feelings he doesn't have. And he's never gonna... He's never given Steve any indication that he might feel the same way. And Steve's not willing to risk the team and his friendship with Tony over a feeling that will go away at some point.
Fair. Aww. Tony was in preheat. They were on a mission and Tony was in preheat. Gotta mention that. They were fighting aliens that wanted to steal human Omegas to breed with. And Tony was in preheat. Okay. So left with no other real choice, he does the only thing he can think of. Or rather, the only thing his stupid alpha brain can think of. He sends Iron Man He sends Iron Man home. He can tell that just about everyone thinks it's a stupid decision, and Tony quite verbally tells him so. But he does follow the order to return to the tower.
Tony storms in and not long after Natasha leaves, still smelling like the most enticing thing he had ever smelled.
And we know that they smell like flowers here, so...
That's crazy.
You know, I never took you for a bigot, Cap. Tony snapped at him. Steve was shocked. What could Tony mean by that? He does his best to be as inoffensive as possible. What could he possibly done to offend Tony?
I think that's... Is that you? Still?
No, I'm Tony. Oh, wait. Okay, I am. I'm still talking. Yeah. Okay, I mean, God, Dad always said that he was so disappointed having a Omega for a son, that I would never be good enough for anything other than having kids, and that I would never be good as an alpha. He even used you as an example so many times, but I never thought you'd be the same way. God, I mean, really benching me because I'm in preheat? I mean, really, what kind of...
I didn't bench you because I couldn't handle it, Tony. I benched you because... Steve snapped. Tony stopped in his tracks.
What? He asked.
I benched you because you were in preheat and those aliens wanted Omegas and I couldn't handle the thought of the person I love getting hurt by one of those things. So I did the only thing I thought to do at the moment. I sent you home where I knew you were safe so I could focus on the mission. I know you're just as capable as the rest of us, and I know you probably don't want to see me anymore, but just give me a few days to find a place and I'll be out of your hair. Steve ranted, out of breath by the time he was done. I don't want you to leave. I want you to tell me what time you want to be picked up. Tony answered. Picked up?
For our date. Tony replied easily.
I'm free after 3 today, and pretty much every day after that.
Great. How does tomorrow at 6 sound? Steve nodded. Tony continued. I'll see you then. Just do not under any circumstances do what you did today again, or I'll be forced to not share my heat with you next week. Steve gulped and nodded, more than willing to be on his best behavior. In this, him and his alpha brain were in perfect accord. Okay, well, that was a quick wrap up.
That was kind of smooth. I don't know.
Can I get your name and badge number? Cangelosi, 13735.
Good boy.
Touch my feet! Touch my feet!